Hello, everyone. My name is Brandy, and I am a kindergarten Spanish immersion teacher. And today I'm going to be sharing a few things that I do for Meet the Teacher and Back to School Night. Okay, now this year was the exception. This was the very first year that kindergarten decided not to do Meet the Teacher Night. And the reason we decided not to do this was because we were hosting Camp Kindergarten. So basically, for the first 4 days of school, all of the kindergarten kiddos were assigned to the principal, and we split the kids up into different color groups, and they traveled to all of the different rooms and different color groups until we got the perfect grouping of kids. And then on our 5th day of school, those kids went to their new classroom with their new teacher, and then got to start their kindergarten year with that cohort or that group of kids. So this was the very first year that we did not do a Meet the Teacher Night. But in years past at Meet the Teacher Night, I'm going to talk to you about a few things that we do. Most of these resources, if not all of them, are in my TPT store. So if you love all of them, you love some of them, be sure to check that out. My TPT store name is the pre-kinder, dual kinder y más. So dual kindergarten and more. But anyways, let's get into it. First of all, Meet the Teacher Night is what happens before the school year begins. Okay, that's what I'm referring to when I say Meet the Teacher Night. I'm referring to the night at school before the school year begins. Okay, when parents come in, they're generally coming with their kids into the classroom. So there are a couple of different things that I set up for them. I do this in stations. There's a checklist posted so that they make sure they get to all of the stations before the night is over and they say goodbye to me. Now, whatever your communication resource is for parents, whether you use Google Classroom, Seesaw, the Sign Up app, the Remind app, whatever it is, I have an opportunity at one of the stations for the parent to sign up for that right away. I give them multiple opportunities because for some reason it seems really hard to get a hold of parents. And I want to make sure that I've given them multiple opportunities before I kind of decide that maybe their preferred method is either a phone call or an email using the school provided learning management system. Okay. I also allow students to decorate a name tag. We can decorate the name tag that they're going to wear on the first day of school on their body, and then also a name tag for their desk. If you choose to do desk name tags, they can do both. I prefer just the one that they're going to wear the very first day of school because depending on my group of kids, I kind of decide if I'm going to have a desk nameplate at all, or maybe I'm going to draw it with a Sharpie, or, if I have a super fidgety group that just love to pick and peel things, we might not do anything at all. Okay. I also have the students use a school iPad or a camera, some sort of device, and I set up a photo booth for them with a plain background, and I ask their adult to take a picture of them. I do that on my own iPad, so I have all of those pictures in one place so that I can use those pictures for different things throughout the year. Okay. Another thing that I provide, because I am a Spanish immersion classroom, is just a little fun treat for them. I normally get together like a jar of maybe like some Mexican dulces, some Mexican candies, in a little jarrito. I'll see if I can find a picture of that and put it up right here, and do a little guessing game at Meet the Teacher Night. So I want them to guess cuántos dulces hay, how many candies are in the jar. And then the first day of school, whoever was closest, I let them take that jar of candy home to share with their family. Kids and parents also work on putting their school supplies away. So this is the night we have them bring their supplies to school. They put Kleenex, sanitizer, Ziploc bags, any of those big things in large containers that I have in my classroom. And then I let them pick out their tools that they're going to use in their supply box every single day. And then extra supplies, we also store those in the classroom in another location. I give parents the opportunity to tell me their dismissal option, how they're going to be going home the first day of school, how they go home when we have a half day of school, and how they go home, 90% of the time, every day, what is their dismissal going to look like? I also provide a change of clothes for these younger grade levels. I just have like a little printout that says a change of clothes. I give them a Ziploc bag, ask them to put the change of clothes in the Ziploc bag and send it on the first day of school, because yes, we even have accidents on the very first day of school. And it's not always, a bathroom accident. Sometimes it's spilled something. So those are the things that I do at Meet the Teacher Night. I don't do a formal presentation. I'm basically there just to greet them, say hello, and get things put away and out of the way so that our first day of school, we can really focus on having fun and not like, what do I do with my supplies? Okay. All right. Now, the next event I'm going to talk about is back to school night. This is the night that happens when we've already been in school for a week or two. So we are having back to school night. And for us, it's coming up in just a few short days. Now that our kids have been assigned to a home classroom, they will spend 3 or 4 days with their home teacher. And my team teacher and I, we try not to communicate too much with the parents at this point, just because I feel like a lot of the questions that they are going to be asking, we will answer at that parent night. Now, back to school night or parent night is just for parents. Kids don't come to this event. So I'm not planning anything for the kids at this time. It is asked in our building that, we are such a large building that parents come by themselves, especially when I have 44 kids. Can you imagine? 44 kids plus their 2 or 3 or 4 adults. Sometimes they bring, mom, stepmom, dad, stepdad, things like that. It can get very stuffy and very crowded. All right, so at back to school night, we are doing a parent log. I want to know which parent came. I want to know who they belonged to. And I want to know who I'm going to have to follow up with, in a day or two because they missed this event. I also want to know, like later on, if they had a question pop up or they emailed me, I can refer them back to like things that we talked about at back to school night. So I want to know who I've had conversations with. We go over classroom rules and expectations. And this is kind of where I write down all of my procedures and routines that we teach the first couple of days of school. I let the parents look at that just so that they have an idea of what the expectation is for their kids and how much effort goes into us teachers teaching those rules, routines, and procedures. Now, because I am a dual language classroom, my team teacher does this presentation with me. We go over classroom expectations for the both of us. We go over attendance and how that works. We talk about the time split, so how much time they spend in English, how much time they spend in the Spanish classroom. And then we also go over the language objectives. So we want to talk about the different levels of learning a language. Are they novice? Are they novice low? Are they novice mid? Are they novice high? What are they and what does that mean and how do we categorize that? We talk about our grading policy. We do a short Q&A about our curriculum. We give another opportunity for them to sign up for Seesaw or Remind or Google Classroom, whatever it is that you're using. We allow parents to, at this time, take home wireless headphones. If they brought wireless headphones for their kids, we let them grab those and take them home because we want them to come back with headphones that have a cord on them. Okay. And then as they're leaving, I have a big chicka chicka boom boom tree. It has all the letters of the alphabet. And my team teacher and I have posted classroom wish list items on the letters of the alphabet, and they take one and maybe hopefully send the letter back with an item purchased for our classroom. And that is what back to school night looks for us. And that is a wrap. That all happens in about 30 minutes time. Okay, so that is what happens for us in the kindergarten dual language immersion program. A lot of these items I do have in a back to school night / meet the teacher packet, included a template for Google Slides so you don't forget to touch on, important topics. In the packet, you'll see some things like classroom procedures, the morning routine, the schedule of the day, how breakfast works, how lunch works, specials classes, any field trips that we might have coming up, And then, of course, the classroom resource wish list. And the funny thing is that at these types of nights, a lot of the questions revolve around supplies, lunchtime, bathroom. We spend so much time talking about these in the primary grades that it seems like a lot of the other things kind of just like gets mixed up in it. So, but again, the Google slideshow that I use to kind of guide me through this, and then some of the things like the communication log, the different stations for putting away supplies and making name tags, those types of things, I have in the packet. So I would love to be a resource for you if you are a kindergarten teacher or a dual language teacher and you are looking for someone to kind of help you or guide you, and you have some experience in this area. So if you have questions or comments or something that you'd like to see from my classroom, please do not be afraid to leave a comment. I would just love to be a resource for you. We'll see you in the next one.